Hey everyone, it's Sarah. I thought I would do a video on something that people don't often do, and that is to give you tips on how to save money when you buy from LUSH. Okay, so, LUSH is hardly the place to buy economical toiletries, but for those of us who love to treat ourselves, sometimes it becomes a bit of an addiction, and we've got to manage that and manage our wallets. So I've got a few tips. Hopefully they'll save you some money, and let's get started. Okay, so if you have a big order, like you want to buy a lot of stuff, or you don't have a store nearby, order off of the UK website. They have much cheaper prices. I would say you'll ultimately save between 25 to 35%, at least that's what I've generally found, off of in-store prices, even after you factor in shipping and the conversion rate. So that's really good. And, if you've ever ordered from the North America site, ironically, the LUSH UK site ships faster. So that's really sweet, and their shipping costs about the same as the North America site, so there's really no reason not to order from them. If you're going to have a really big order, like greater than 2 kilograms, I suggest that you split that up into smaller ones so that you can save on shipping. Because if it's greater than 2 kilograms, you are going to be stuck with DHL's shipping, which is like 26 pounds. Not cool. My second tip is to portion your purchases. Now, this is mainly a tip for going to the stores because when you order online, you can't really choose how much you're buying. There's kind of a predetermined amount for you. But I know that the soaps, the buttercreams, the face cleansers, and the shower jellies can all be purchased by weight. So you can simply go in, ask a sales associate to measure out and package just the amount that you can afford or the amount that you're going to use, and just buy that. Like, I usually go in and I'll only buy Angels on Bare Skin in $4 amounts because that's about as much as I will use in 4 months. And this is especially handy because products like Angels on Bare Skin have a short shelf life. They only last about 3 to 4 months anyway, so you don't want to buy more than you're going to use because that's a waste of money. So definitely portion out what you're going to buy and only pay for what you're going to use. And you'll save a lot of money in the long run, especially if you get sick of a soap scent that you bought like a huge chunk of. Why bother? Buy small chunks so that in case you get sick of it, you don't get stuck using it. My third tip, and I'm really hardcore about this, is to refrigerate your stuff. I refrigerate almost all my LUSH products, even things that they don't even ask you to refrigerate, like massage bars. I do this because they just last longer and they stay fresher. For example, like I use Volcano Foot Mask, and that's only supposed to last you about 3 months, but I know that I'm not going to use the whole pot in 3 months. So I just toss it into the refrigerator, and by doing that, I can probably extend the shelf life by like at least a month. This works really well with Angels on Bare Skin. I have a tub of it right now that I have been refrigerating religiously and keeping dry, and I've had it for like 6 months now, and it's perfectly fine. So definitely you can extend the shelf lives of a lot of their products just by keeping them in the fridge instead of keeping them out. Also, another benefit to putting things in the fridge is, at least with massage bars, you can keep yourself from accidentally using too much. I find that when my massage bars haven't been refrigerated, they melt too easily, and I end up getting way too much off of the bar just by holding it than I actually want. So when I refrigerate it, it melts a bit slower. I can control the amount that I'm using and ultimately make it last longer because I'm not using more than I want to. So that's definitely a tip that's helped me quite a bit. Yeah. Definitely that also is really helpful with shower jellies, because shower jellies tend to kind of be a little melty at room temperature, so if you keep it in the fridge, I keep mine in the freezer, it'll be a lot more solid and a lot easier to handle when you're using it. My next tip is that if you like using LUSH face products, buy a bottle of rose water. You can usually find them at your local ethnic grocery store. That's where I find mine. And rose water is the main ingredient in some of Lush's toners, yet it's a pretty inexpensive thing to buy if you're just buying it on its own from a grocery store. So, you know, if you want a good toner, just get rose water and use that as your toner. And aside from being a good toner, it also helps thin out your favorite winter moisturizer so you can use it in the summer. That's what I usually do with my Celestial moisturizer. I really like using that in the winter, but it's too thick and concentrated to really use all by itself in the summer, and it absorbs too quickly in my skin, so I end up using too much, simply because it won't spread evenly enough and quickly enough. So what I'll usually do is just put a dab of it into the palm of my hand and then add a couple of drops of rose water and just mix it all in, rub it between my hands, and then apply it to my face. And that way it's not too greasy, I'm not using too much, and I can use one moisturizer all year and not have to buy a separate one just for the summer. So in that way you're also saving money. My next tip is to keep your shower products out of the shower. So if you use soaps, solid shampoos, buttercreams, body butters, sugar scrubs, keep all of these things out of the stream of water, and if you can, keep them outside your shower door. And this way, they will stay fresher and stay more intact because they're not being bombarded with the steam and moisture inside your shower. And, you know, you're less likely to melt them with your water, and ultimately they will last longer because they're not doing that. What I usually do is I will gather the bath products that I want to use, keep them right outside of my shower door while I'm showering, and just grab them as I need them, instead of using them under the water. And that helps make things last a lot longer. My next tip is to use shower jellies for bubble baths and shampoo. Shower jellies are very versatile. They often cost less than the bottled shower gels from Lush, I usually find. And I recently tried to use it as a shampoo. I have Joy of Jelly, and I wanted to see what the heck. I would try it as a shampoo since it does advertise that it can be a shampoo. And I love it. I think it works great. I actually just used it this morning, and I usually find that the day that I wash my hair, it's really fluffy and frizzy the entire day. That's why I can only wash it every 2 to 3 days, because it just gets ridiculously dry and poofy. But I used it today, and I really liked how it didn't strip my hair completely dry, and it didn't make my ends look really fried. It's really good. It's a softening, you know, gentle shampoo, in addition to being a nice, you know, shower wash. So you definitely use that. It lathers up really nicely, it smells really good, and, you know, it's still got that novelty to it because it's a jelly. So I love using that. I use it with Veganese when I use it as a shampoo. And you can also use it for a bubble bath. If you use like a quarter-sized chunk of a 3.5-ounce one, it'll lather up a ton. It'll create lots of bubbles in the bubble bath. So definitely use those for multiple things. They're very, very versatile. And also, my next tip is to use massage bars as moisturizers. I'm sure a lot of you do this already. I find that they're often just as rich as Lush's moisturizers, but they are much cheaper and they last longer. And they also smell amazing. There's no reason not to. Just keep it in the fridge so that it doesn't melt too much on your skin and leave a greasy slick when you use it as a moisturizer. But I definitely use, my favorite one's Monge 2. I use it after the shower, especially on my legs because they get really dry and my skin just drinks it right up. And finally, my last tip is to sample. Lush is very generous with samples, and anything that they cut off of a block when you purchase it is available for sampling. So sample, go nuts. Get stuff that you normally wouldn't buy and just try it out or treat yourself, because even the smallest samples, because you need to use so little of a Lush product, you know, you can get at least a couple uses out of it. So those are my tips. I hope you enjoyed them, and hopefully you'll find them useful. Have a great day!